How about another round for Brewsday Tuesday? Here is Huck and Big Nate.
Hop and tops.
I got nothing that rhymes with that. I am not a poet. But you know what? Welcome into another round of Brewsday Tuesday, April Fool's Day Eve. Brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant
I think it's
and
Eve.
Six Pack Store. And
Yeah. So there I almost messed up. Big Nate, I think you were right about that mimosa beer. They should have. Yeah, that one's not good.
they were trying to do too much.
Not good.
Well, okay, so put it beside like a natural light. Which would you grab?
That. Fair enough. But
Yeah.
I gave a natural light like a 1.2, so there's that.
You know, we need to do just to get a baseline.
Yeah,
we
we'll
need to
do
one with like
we'll do
natural
one.
light,
The
Bush.
yeah,
Do they
Bush.
still
But
make
what
beer?
they got there's another name for Bush. The Beast Light. So this is Troegs, speaking of good better beer. And this is Boysenberry Tart Ale. I'm not, what the heck's a boysenberry? I don't believe I ate any boysenberry bushes over in Waynesboro when I was growing up.
So whenever I hear the phrase boysenberry,
Yeah.
I think of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The
Oh, yeah?
schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Do you know what schnozberries are?
No idea.
You've got some.
Oh, in my nose?
No.
Oh,
Down below. That was a dirty joke they apparently worked in for all the adults in the audience.
Snozberries or dingleberries is where what we called them back in the day. Dingleberries.
Yeah, I don't know what a boysenberry is, but apparently it's a real plant.
Oh, it's a hybrid of blackberries and raspberries. And they've got jammy juice. Just shut up. A bit of pepper. This is
all
like
poetic with it.
Yeah, they need a new writer. I'm just gonna say. I love Troegs, but come on, dudes.
Beer's good. Writing's terrible.
Writing's bad. The picture's not even. I mean, yeah, they need a label maker. I should go up there and work for them for a while. Straighten that stuff out. So I don't know, but anyway, we'll drink it and see what we think.
I've got the Starr Hill Brewery Current Affairs. It's blackberry and currant sour.
Current, another weird berry.
Let's talk about current events.
Yeah. Okay. So I got a couple things I want to get off my chest, if you will. So I'm going to preface it. A study was done.
We need the music from Jerry Springer's Final Thoughts.
We do. But here we go. So here's Huck going to go a little bit. Just give you all a little heads up. Give you a little bit of clearness, some clarity for your brains. So in the 60s, the KBG, that's the Russian secret police, did a study and found that if you bombarded people with negative information, that a non-insignificant amount of them would believe it. And even if they were later presented with information that disproved that information, they would not believe it. That's my preface. Okay, so number two, the U.S. government is now spending $1.8 billion, I'm making a number up, on playing ads on the radio to tell us to wear masks and keep 6 feet apart and something else. Oh, wait, wash our hands. But we already know that. So why are they doing that? Go ahead. You had something?
Well, I mean, remember when seatbelt laws were introduced and they're still running that like click it or ticket campaign. Now, I'm a firm believer in seatbelt laws. However,
well, there's some evidence that people who wear seatbelts, especially like 3 or 4 point seatbelts, drive a little more aggressively, like Mario Andretti. And although it saves a lot of lives of drivers, we're losing a lot of bicyclists and pedestrians because people feel safer, so they drive more aggressively. So yes, there's trade-offs for everything. Anyway, so next, point 3, is that if you look at the health department, they have a little thing. You have to click about 20 things to get to it. It shows the cases per day. It shows the hospitalizations per day. And it shows the deaths per day. And we're almost down to 0 on all 3. Now, just the quick note is those charts are all 3 different scales.
yes,
If you put them all on the same scale, you wouldn't even see the deaths and hospitalization. They wouldn't even exist on the chart.
that is important. You should analyze everything because numbers mean a lot
Yes.
and visual representations almost always lie. Look at
I'm not saying anybody's lying.
hell.
All I'm saying is that, we're way, way down on all the numbers and we're still wearing masks. And point number 4, we're still wearing masks after we've had it And we all are getting the vaccine. We're all happy about it. Now, I get it. You vaccine folks are not wearing your mask, even though you gave me a ton of crap for not wearing one after I had the disease. I think my antibodies are better. I'm going to continue to think that.
I mean, I've told you probably off air 1,000 times. I'm going to keep wearing the mask forever. It just makes my life much better. You know, you run into that person from your old job that you don't want to talk to.
Yeah, but see,
I didn't see you, and you didn't see me because
I really feel that because I grew my own mask.
It's true.
I was just the other day, I was like, saw a guy at the store. He's actually the fire chief of the Fincastle Fire Department. And I was at the Quick Ed, get me some Quick Ed chicken, which I highly recommend to everybody. They're not a sponsor, but if you want the best chicken. And I go back there to get the chicken. I came out, and as he was leaving, I said, "See ya, Dave." And he just kind of looked at me, and he went out. So I came out, and I went out. I was pumping gas. He drives over, rolls his window down. Says, "I didn't even recognize you." I'm like, that's the plan.
Well,
That's the plan. So anyway, all I'm saying is we need to get some common sense back in our lives. We need to reopen, you know, and if I'm making you mad, I'm sorry. But at what point are we going to be safe again?
I'm going to tell you something here, Huck. Common sense is not all that common.
Right.
I've definitely seen people in this area within even the last 3 weeks smoking at the gas pump.
Right. There's one I saw. Okay, but here's the opposite is there's a guy on a motorcycle, a big old Harley, no helmet, all by himself, wearing a mask. I'm thinking that's not his biggest problem.
Maybe he didn't want bugs in his teeth?
No, I don't think so. But anyway, so the other thing is we got vaccines that are, and they're not even real vaccines, but nonetheless, we have symptom reducers that are 79% effective. And we got a 99% chance of living from the disease. Everybody, not everybody, a bunch of my friends took the shots, and the second one made them sicker than I was when I had the disease. But anyway, I'm going to stop now.
I'm all about shots.
Maybe, I like some shots. You do too many shots, though, and then you're sick in bed. We're all back. It's a big circle.
All right. So now my current affair is actually about black currant. I don't know if I've told you this before. We may have talked about it in passing as a real problem with candy.
Yeah, you're a candy addict.
I'm a big fan of candy, in particular gummy bears.
What's your favorite? Gummy bears? Okay. You know they make gummy bears that aren't really candy?
What do you mean?
What they see some in Colorado and Vegas, California.
Yes. I am familiar.
I like those gummy bears.
Those are good too.
Well, if I'm in those states where everything's cool.
But my favorite gummy bear flavor is one that can't even be bought here in the States very easily.
What is it?
So Haribo, you'll recognize them. They have the kind of the gold top on the bag, and it's see-through. And so they have flavors for Americans, and then they have flavors for Europeans. They're a European company. One of the flavors that they have in their European packages is black currant. It's the best gummy bear I've ever had, and I found a bunch at some like one of those overstock stores, you know, like TJ Maxx or something like that. And I stockpiled them, and now I can never find them again. Black currant Haribo gummy bears are the way to go.
The internet can't help you with that. I find that hard to believe.
I'm sure it can, but then like if I'm on the internet buying candy, at that point I have to face the fact that I've really got a problem.
That you've gone over. That's it. That is a line you've gone over.
Like that's,
so can I ask you, like in France, they have like stinky underarm ones? That was probably
I know
culturally bad, right?
Jelly Belly probably makes one.
Oh man, Jelly Belly makes some nasty stuff.
Birdie Bots.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Every flavor bean. So they probably do have smelly armpit.
Yeah, and we're coming up on I guess I'm gonna have to bring a couple bags of jelly beans for the Easter show.
I do enjoy jelly beans.
I do too.
Again, candy.
That's my favorite. Overall number one candy, Butterfinger. Right, number one. Got to be number one. But jelly beans are a close second.
Have you had the Butterfinger Take 5 bar?
No.
It's got pretzel in it. That's really the only difference.
That'd be interesting. But no, it's really just good. Like, let's not mix things up. I like chocolate covered pretzels, especially white chocolate covered pretzels.
I would confidently say you wouldn't regret that decision, but it was a limited time thing, and that doesn't exist
okay. Well,
now they're on
as
the
usual.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Take 5 bars.
Yeah, Reese's got really weird lately. I like a good M&M peanut. I like a Payday.
Speaking of companies getting weird with their
food,
food,
drink,
Oreo.
Yeah.
came right out and
Yeah.
said exactly what they were doing is when they
I saw that.
do their weird flavors,
Yeah.
it increases the sales of traditional Oreos, because what happens is, like, they put all those store displays up, the TV ads, people are thinking Oreo. Well, I don't want to try this weird neon green Oreo, but you know what? I could actually go for some Oreos. And like, it's something like they see like
I'm trying to remember.
23% increase in sales.
One of my friends put up one that was really weird, but I can't remember what it was. Just a week or two ago.
I mean,
I think that's what happened with Mr. Potato Head. They didn't really care about the gender. They're not selling any of those things. And they said, well, let's just do something really piss some people off and make some people happy and sell them.
I forgot Potato Head even existed.
Yeah.
Mr., Mrs., otherwise.
I can remember when you had to use a real potato. Maybe not.
Honestly, I don't think. I don't know if you're old enough for that, Huck.
I'm pretty old. Yeah. It's like, yeah. It's a lot of stuff going on out there. Most of it's silly.
All right. So this has been April Fool's Jokes on Me, and we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the joke a little bit.
What's the best April Fool's joke ever played on you or by you?
I don't really have a good track record with jokes being played on me. I don't understand why. I mean, there was a period, and you know what? Actually, this is what we'll go with. I was fairly young, 4 or 5. My mom spent the whole day convincing me that everyone only had one eye. And I saw everybody with 2 eyes because I had 2 eyes and that I was the freak. And ever since, I've had a really hard time trusting people. So it's really hard for people to get one over on me.
So it's like in the world of the one eyes, the 2-eye man is king.
There you go.
Okay, the best one I've ever, and I've used it multiple times, is the Saran Wrap over the toilet.
See, that one's classic.
It is classic, and it's just,
you can never go
wrong. The way
wrong.
People react to it is, do they poke a hole in it with their finger? Do they jump? What happens?
See, if I ran into that one, I would just walk out of the bathroom like everything was completely normal, not change anything in there, and let whoever did it deal with it.
But I like the one where people, just say something completely off the wall on the internet, like, I'm going to do this, or we're closing down, is whatever, we're closing tomorrow. And then people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. People are pretty gullible.
Have you ever done the Saran Wrap to your wife?
No. No, I grew up by the time I met her. I married late. Yeah, I don't know. We used to do a lot of stuff. I don't remember most of it. I drink a lot. What can I tell you?
All right. So now we've got to talk about the beer.
The April Fool's beer? Boysenberry.
You've now had it. Now, that one's a tart ale.
Yeah, tart ale. I mean, what exactly does that mean?
You've kind of, it's... We tried to do a sour but couldn't, so we just put some hops in there.
Oh, that's what I like about you. You sometimes see through the BS because you're an expert on BS. That's good. I think you're right. This is the boysenberry gives it an odd. It's almost coffee-ish. I don't know. I'm getting something there. Yeah. 375. And I'm being generous. I like Troegs. Interesting. How about something we know? Cherry, apple. Okay.
Why do we have to get weird with the berries?
Let's get some weird berries.
Sours are weird enough on their own because it's wild yeast.
Right.
You really don't know what you're going to get.
Or
at least in that case, that's a tart ale. So
I don't know what they did. I mean, there's barrel sours. I'm going to study up on sours. We're going to do more sours.
I'm all aboard with that. I've got the Current Affairs from Starr Hill Brewery. Now, I was talking about the gummy bears that I coveted so much, and black currant being one of my favorite flavors. And you know what? I'm not sure it translates to beer.
There you go.
It's going to fall in the middle of the road again.
There you go.
That's where I'm sitting. And I think the blackberry kind of carries the current. And I'm going to go ahead and say this is another 3. Middle of the road. Not the worst beer I've ever had, but not winning any blue ribbons.
You're not giving us any free beer from Starr Hill talking like that. That's all I'm saying.
I love their product.
Yeah, they make good beer.
This one was every batter goes into a slump.
Well, here you go. So this kind of confirms my sour bias, if you will. Is I went out and picked as a neophyte sour person, I went out and picked 4 sours, and only one of them was good. And it's not actually a sour; it's a ghost.
That was the ghost.
Right.
Yep.
So there you go. So sours suck, and there you go.
Well, that makes me wonder if I throw salt in this, if it'll
Hey, there you go. It's salted.
modify it any. That's another addition when you're modifying beers. We are
Oh wait, then there's
Huck-
beer cocktails. But go ahead. You're rolling.
Huck and Big Nate. He is Huck's Beer Buzz on Untapped. I'm Horror Show Radio because can't change my username, and that's where we're going to leave it. We'll be back again next week for another edition of Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store. Yeah, I don't know.